our first project that we started with Smithfield was at the Ruckman farm, and it's a 200-acre project area. This is the base map of the Ruckman farm. They draw all their water for their operations from their lake, so there's their central lake, and that's what we wanted to target. We've surrounded the lake and the drainage up north with Prairie.
We were brought in by U.S. Fish and Wildlife to figure out, okay, so these different seed mixes, prairie restoration progress for biogas production, how is that impacting biodiversity, so wildlife, pollinators, plant communities, things like that. So the farm is divided up into 20 fields right now. These were also subdivided or divided into 3 blocks. These 3 blocks, 1, 2, and 3, had both similar management histories over the past few decades and also just closer proximity. What we did with these blocks was divide them into halves by north and south, and then randomize the treatment that went into those blocks. So high diversity, low diversity, and pasture, which is a fescue brome mix, which was already present on the property prior. So this is what it looks like after that happens. So we have about 6 to 7 replicates of each treatment at Ruckman. And it's about 95 acres of high diversity and about 55 to 60 of the other 2 control and low diversity. But these are the main things we're going to be looking at: plant community composition through vegetation transects within each of those fields, insect pollinators, not only community measures like diversity and richness, but also relative abundance between blocks. Do we get more pollinators in the high diversity blocks than the low diversity blocks compared to what was already there in the fescue brome control? But also birds, and also herps, reptiles and amphibians, certainly beneficial members of the ecosystem, and so we're gonna look at occupancy with them and small mammals as well. We took a 2017 preliminary sample. There was only 7 genera of bees that were represented in those fields, which if you look at any of the literature is very, very low diversity. So the baseline community that was present before these treatments have gone in is very basic. And in my opinion, there's nowhere to go but up. This is going to be going on for 3 years. This is a very intensive monitoring project. We're trying to get as much biodiversity monitoring as we possibly can with wildlife, plants, and pollinators. And so this is actually one of the 20-acre fields at Ruckman. So it kind of talks to the complexity of what we're doing here. Stay tuned for this, and we're really excited about this project.